Near 1 a.m. on July 6th, Sonya Massey called the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office to check the surrounding area of her home near Springfield, Illinois. Cops arrived at Massey's home, and minutes later, she was shot and killed in her kitchen by Illinois Sheriff's Deputy Sean Grayson. Her death reverberating with communities nationwide and a call for action after another person of color was killed by a white police officer. Tonight, NBC's Maggie Vespa breaks down the case and why the county sheriff says he is not resigning.
Sonya Massey. I speak her name, and I'll never forget her.
The Illinois sheriff who hired and fired the deputy charged with murdering Sonya Massey in her Springfield home, now apologizing.
I'm sorry. We failed. We did not do our jobs.
You better I swear to God, I'll shoot you right in your face.
Okay, I'm sorry. Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell saying the department failed the 36-year-old, but refusing calls to resign.
I cannot step down. That would solve nothing. The incident would remain. I vow to listen.
Tonight, Attorney General Merrick Garland saying the Justice Department Civil Rights Division is monitoring the case.
So I've seen the video. It is horrific.
This as red flags continue emerging about now former Deputy Sean Grayson, who court records show pleaded guilty to 2 DUIs in 2015 and 2016. The first prompting his discharge from the Army for serious misconduct, 2 sources tell NBC News. Grayson later went into law enforcement, working for 6 different agencies since 2020.
How are you still employed by us? I don't know.
In audio recordings from November 2022 obtained by NBC News, superior officers at Grayson's last job in Logan County appear to admonish him following a high-speed chase that disciplinary reports show violated department policy, reaching 110 miles per hour and ended with him striking a deer.
Official misconduct will land you in jail. I'm calling you on your integrity. How does that make you feel?
Learning from it.
Records show Grayson left that job in good standing. He's pleaded not guilty to charges related to Massey's death, his attorney declining to comment, as tonight Massey's family speaks out.
I would have never in the world thought the police shot my mom. Like how?
Maggie Vespa, NBC News, Springfield, Illinois.
Now Grayson has been officially indicted by a grand jury on 3 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count each of aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct. He has pleaded not guilty to those charges. In Sioux City today, members throughout the Siouxland community gathered in remembrance of Sonya Massey at the Public Museum.
Oh, a change gonna come. Oh, yes it will.
To unite in peace and prayer, Estella Rural Johnson, a Sioux City community member, called the local NAACP and Unity in the Community to join in efforts of creating a vigil for Massey. Those that attended heard from others in the community and faith leaders to heal through this tragic time. As they spoke in front of the crowd, they spread the word of who Sonya Massey was and encouraged others to keep her family in their prayers as they go through this difficult time.
I'm hoping today we're able to reach a community and the city and be able to bring attention to yet another tragic death that's occurred. We want to make sure that everyone is aware of the situation and that we're able to go ahead and carry on Sonya Massey's legacy.
Now, Rural Johnson also wanted to inform Siouxland that you can help the Massey family through their GoFundMe account.